Alright, here we go. We got the old Buck the shop truck, the old 78 C20 Custom Deluxe 454. And the Rock Crusher. Oh yeah, and then I've done a bunch of work to it already. I got, custom interior stuff going on. These are seats out of a 78 Oldsmobile 98. I reskinned the dash, headliner, repainted all this stuff, put a back glass in it, put a sliding one in it. Yeah, that's about it. I had the engine running, and then the plastic cam gear just exploded, and now it doesn't run at all. So this 454 is getting ripped out, and either another 454 or a 396 is getting put in. So I might just be selling this. I had big plans, but I need money for other projects and stuff. So this door it was a farm truck, and it was treated like a farm truck, and it is mutilated. I had to redo the entire wiring harness for headlights to taillights. This door has split and is now no longer doing its job. And the problem with that is it bent the window crank mechanism, so the window kept falling out of the tracks and getting pinched and squeezed and doesn't work. So I've just got it out because I got all new weather seals and stuff, the rails and everything, all this, because it's, it literally has to break out because it's so stiff. Yeah, no, I can't even. It's just absolutely hardened plastic. So yeah, there's chunks of it. So let's do this shit, you know what I mean? That was a nightmare, to say the least. Between getting these in, getting this back in with this in it, and then getting the window back on to the tracks, and then getting these things in. Oh, nightmare. But it's better now. You still kind of gotta pull on this thing because it wants to not slide into the track perfectly. Pull on the window. It doesn't like to stay in the track. See how it just jumped off right there? You gotta keep doing that. But in all reality, this thing just needs a new door. It's pretty well wasted. This is all flippy floppy, but it'll do for what I'm doing. I don't really care that much. I'm just here to see it off to its next home, really. Gosh dang it, I forgot to take, of course, forgot to put the bolt in there that holds these two pieces together so this isn't floppy. Alright, well, I guess I'll find me a screw or bolt real quick, take this back off. Alright, so this window's done, this door, that door. I have to adjust the this thingy, door striker, because these new seals are so fresh and new that they stick out really hard. So I gotta like slam the door to get it to shut. There we go, and then it shuts. But she seals. She's airtight now. I'll tell you what. Put up some of the trim just to hold the old headliner up since it keeps falling down on me. But it's a nightmare. This sucks. I hate it. These screws, oh, it's a nightmare to get them in. None of the original holes are lining up. I'm kind of just smashing them into place and then using the original screws, which are just self-tapping screws. Being honest, not quite sure what this is, where it goes. Where do you go? I have no idea. Oh, I think I know where it goes. Bet you it goes somewhere around here. I don't know. I really don't. It might. Maybe. I don't know. I'm getting there though, slowly but surely. Really just slowly. It needs new door panels. I just don't care to do it. I don't want to buy them and then have to do all this. Take this shit off again. Oh, nightmare. But we'll figure it out. I got a few days to... There's my glove I've been looking for. Huh, ain't that something? No, I've just been pedaling away, getting it done, keeping my feet moving. How to say, these door seals, or these door seals are actually pretty decent, and they're just an eBay kit. And then these are alright, the felts, they're alright. These ones are good. The ones that go up into the door, those ones are pretty decent. These ones kind of fit iffy, but they are halfway decent, especially for eBay parts. You can't expect much, but I like it. It's good enough for what I'm doing. Alright, so all the wheel, blah, 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 blah. Don't mind me, I'm just retarded. Don't mind me. All of the doors are done, new seals, everything. I just need to put the sill plates on and finish up the rest of this molding. I have the wiring out of it because, you know, in normal farmer fashion, they have absolutely mutilated the ever-living shit out of it. So, as you can see, my nightmare. This is... I'm probably going to spend the better part of the day fixing this between the factory and the farmer getting into it, because this is just disgusting. I hate this. They're all entangled. This is a nightmare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably start snipping things to make these not so horrendous and, you know, sort them out. They all have their own strand, like this. So there's just one coming off, then it's going to the thing, and then it's going to this thing. They're all just in their own nice little neat thing. Neat loom tube and wrap. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fix this. They're all going to have their own little loom tube wire wrap around it. Some of these look horrible, like they have started melting. So replace the bad ones, make everything nice and neat. And then honestly, if I don't, the first sign of electrical problems in this thing, I'm ripping this all out again and I'm just buying a wiring harness. Because you could buy a wire harness for one of these for like 350 bucks. So, y'all have seen me mess with wiring before. It's simple if you know how to do it. Terrifying if you've never touched it. So, I'll get around to it. I'll be back. This is how I feel about doing this. I'm not. I'm just going to buy a wiring harness because this is a nightmare. There's so much bad wiring. And I mean, there's so many that are burnt that I don't trust it. Like, they got hot. And, yeah, I just don't trust it. And for not that much money, I can update to, like, a normal fuse style instead of a bus fuse. So much better. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to wait to do this. I'll freaking yank all this crap wiring out. All of it's gone. Take it all out. Because these wiring harness kits come with literally everything you need. And the truck's not going anywhere anytime soon anyways, because it's just bad. I have to figure out one of the other two big blocks over there before I go doing anything else. So it's all gone. All of it, every bit of it's going to be yanked out, taken care of, and then I'll start working on this thing. Taking the old engine out, because I just don't feel like putting myself through the nightmare that is this wiring. So, yeah. Quick lesson learned there. If you buy a truck from a farmer that's sat in the field for years, just buy a wiring kit if you're going to do anything with it. If you're going to make it nice or you're going to drive it. Just get rid of that crap wiring that's been spliced together 97,000 times. And if you can't, just work with what you've got until you can get one. And I need a new steering column anyways, because this one's all blowed out, and the ignition switch falls out, it doesn't stay in, so yep, gone. So in the meantime, I'm gonna take the HVAC out because it's covered in mouse crap, and I think it's part of the reason this truck still smells. I'll finish up the little piddle paddle things, you know what I mean? So, alright, interior's done. As far as I care, I'll glue this down or something. This has been a nightmare. This seat, the motor, sits right there. And what happens is it's all plastic on the inside. It explodes the gears in there. So I couldn't get the front to come down, which is a problem because my knees were, I had about that much room between the seat and the steering wheel to get in there. So I had to unbolt the seat, flip it back, take the motor off, take the gearbox out, and then I had to use a drill to turn the cords in there to get it to come down. So now the front come down, and it's permanently like that. But the rear up and down, forwards, backwards works. So that's really all that matters. I'm missing chunks of the covers, so like right there and here I'm missing. This one that I had is broken, so I'm just gonna look for a new one. I got that one on just to help keep the headliner up. So now the headliner is pretty well solid. Still needs some work. I might throw some tacks in it, something to hold it up to the ceiling a little better. And then yeah, the inside's done. I tell you what though, these rear seats are about comfy as it gets, and it's spacious back here. It's pretty comfy. I'm hanging out, honestly. It's not a bad little thing at all. This is a little, armrest's a little low because of how the car was, and we just grafted this onto the rear seat of the truck. But the big problems that I'm having is that, you know, the truck's a lot wider than that car was, and I have this seat pushed in so far from the door that when I'm sitting in the middle of the seat, the steering wheel's too far over here. So this is the middle of the seat. This is about where I'm at, which is a little annoying, but nonetheless, I ain't gonna be too upset. I mean, I did kind of just shove these seats in here with zero preparedness. In all honesty, what I should have done is moved the seats farther out and then just built like a little box to go in the middle. But stuff right now, everything's working out pretty good. My dash, you can see where I goofed that up, but it'll be fine. Ain't hurting nothing. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty sweet little truck right here. Oh goodness. Now I'm stuck waiting on, you know, I hate to pull that, and I really don't want to because it's a nightmare to pull a big block out of anything. I need a hand to get this hood off because it weighs 7 million pounds and it's 6 times the size of me. So hanging out and waiting. Interior's finished up for all I care now. Good enough for government pay if you ask me. I need to steam clean these seats. They're pretty gross, but oh yeah. And this is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. That was God, that is rancid. That's what was in the heater box. Oh, that is, whew, that is a worse smelling one than most I've dealt. Oh boy. Yep. Oh man. Oh, this is gonna take some serious cleaning to get this not disgusting. Oh, and it's all up in the whole heater box. Look at that. Oh, it's chock full. Whew. Oh man, if you had smell-o-vision, there'd be a viewer discretion on this. That's the joy of these old vehicles that sits in fields. I get to smell that when I'm cleaning it, and no wonder the inside stunk. That's all inside, and that is heinous, to say the least. Now I get to the fun part of dropping the box here. I can't quite remember how exactly it comes out, but I'll figure it out after I hit all of this with the vacuum pretty heavily. Ugh. Yeah, if y'all are gonna do this, I highly advise wearing masks and gloves. I think I've built up an immunity to it. Wrong answer, but yeah, look at that. That's just insane how plugged that is. It's horrendous. It smells awful. And this box may honestly just get thrown away. If I can't get the smell to come out of it, I'll probably just throw it away and find another one. It's not like these things aren't plentiful. It's just, oh, so bad. Things have escalated, as I always say. The big block's a pain in the rear end to get out. It's a nightmare. If you've ever tried to take a big block out of anything, it is a nightmare. Always the biggest struggle ever. So, I was in here, I was like, I might as well do it. So I just took that out, all that off. I just dropped the hood. It's no good. It's creased horribly and it's broken and split. So a new hood is in the works anyways. And then I removed the core support. I've never done it before, other than on that. So I was like, we'll try it out. And it's really not that hard. It took me 30, 40 minutes. Just all these bolts. And then, ta-da, it's out. And it needs new fenders anyways, so that's completely gone. Completely gone. And this side's not much better. Hole right there, gone. Giant crease. Needs a new door. So this will ultimately just make it easier when I do obtain some new fenders for it. And it's going to make it real easy to take that big block out. I just lift it up a little bit, comes straight out. Bam, done. Problem solved. So, making my life easier, and then I'll come through here once it's out with a pressure washer and clean all this up, paint it up, make it look pretty, 'cause, you know, just ups the resale value when I do inevitably decide to sell it, because I'm sure I will. But probably not right away. Probably a couple years down the line when I don't need it anymore and I got a different one. So, yeah, there we go. That really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Getting it out was probably the biggest pain in the butt because it sits behind these lips. So you kind of got to pull the fender out and then pop one side out, and then you can just whoop, lift it right out and done. So, there we go. This is the mess that I created doing all the door seals and window seals. That is a mess, to say the least. But let's get ready to yank this big old turd. Alright, engine's out. Here's a new one. I built it a while ago. I put a mother thumper cam in there. That's just, it's a poor man's choppy engine. Just that cammed idle that everybody likes. So I just threw that in there because there's a good engine. You know, everything looked good. Everything checked out real nice. I got this GM intake I bought for like $100. And I got these at a auction for like 50, maybe. So there's that. That's just a rebuilt quadrijet I had laying around. This thing, when I pulled it out, lo and behold, this is just hanging out in there. You can actually tell it's broken right there. It's split. But it's that one right there, which is one of the cylinders. I couldn't tell you right now. I'm just tired and everything hurts. But took this off. It actually broke the valve guide, or the guide for the push rod guide. Because you see, that's what it's supposed to look like. Well, it broke that, bent it, and then marred up the top of this valve real good. So that's probably a contributing factor as to why it didn't run worth a crap, is the fact that it only ran on 7 when I did get it to run. And that probably caused excess wear on the timing chain, and I bet you it just said bye-bye, because I can feel the timing chain in through that hole right there. And I mean, I'm able to pull it up off of the cam. It's so loose. So, well, this one's off. Where'd the flywheel go? There's the flywheel. In all honesty, it doesn't look terrible. It's not great by any means. There's warpage, you can feel it. But the real problem is these flywheel teeth where the starter rides. Let me see if I can't find it again. They're pretty worn. Then there's one spot where they're basically gone. Yep, right there. See that step in it? Where it's worn down, it's like hell of a ridge right there. What it would do is it would hit, the starter would hit that, and then it wouldn't rotate the engine, it'd just grind them. You can see how flat they got. But that's the whole reason. It's out of there. I got a new one, along with a pressure plate clutch sitting right there. This clutch doesn't look horrible. I've definitely pulled worse out, but it doesn't hurt to replace it while I'm in there. There's no sense in putting this gunky crap back in if I was going to put a new flywheel on. Just do it all at once. So, yep. There we go. I'll probably get in here with a pressure washer, clean all this out, make it all pretty, and spray bomb it in matte black. It's my signature color for all of this crap. I don't like shiny black. It shows too much. It highlights all the problemed areas. So like all this crustiness, all that. Because I'm not sanding any of this down. I'm just throwing the paint on. And that matte black hides it because, you know, it doesn't reflect light off of it. Makes it all look smooth and nice. So that's why I use matte black instead of shiny black. And honestly, I think it looks better. Anyways, it makes a really nice clean looking engine bay, and it makes the engine and stuff pop better. I did it on here. That firewall's all gunky to crap. You can't even tell, it just looks nice. Alright, it's been a little while, but I'm back. Been working on other stuff. I'm a busy feller anymore. But here's the engine. It's going in buck. Turns out, plans changed. Getting rid of the truck. I like it, but I would prefer a single cab long bed. That's just how I'm feeling about the ordeal. Interior hasn't changed. I got some new chunk of wiring harness for the interior because it really needs it. I'm just going to put the original gauge cluster back in it. I'm going to clean it up, make it look nicer. Throw it back in. The engine here, so it's got a cam in it, but I'm keeping my fancy nice intake. So I just put this plain old Jane original engine cast iron intake on it. I am going to change this heinous paint job. I got factory orange, Chevy orange, and we're gonna make it one solid color. But I need to get a new timing chain in it real quick because I didn't have a new one when I put it together the first time. Now I have one, so I'm gonna do that. We're going to get it in the air, paint it today. Tomorrow I'll be putting the timing chain in, putting the flywheel and pressure plate, and I'll probably put a new, actually no, that bushing looks fine. We'll leave the pilot bushing, but put the new pressure plate, clutch, flywheel, all that stuff in it, and hopefully drop it in there. It did get cold on us. It's nice and chilly anymore, but I got that truck that I'm daily driving now, so that's been one of the things. And then my Ford here's been the other big project. It's done now. It needs a cam and lifters because they're pretty noisy, but that's a whole new can of worms. So here we are. I did find a new heater core, or heater box that's not rotted out that I need to clean up tomorrow and put on before I put the engine in, because it's so much easier to do it with the engine out. And then, you know, classic Barely Running Customs fashion, we will matte black everything in here and throw it back together, get it running, break in the cam, and sell it off to a new home. Don't know if I want to keep these rims or not. They might just go on it. Not really sure yet, but I'm looking for a new wood stove. That one's just not cutting it. It's not big enough. I just resealed the whole thing today. Put new fireproof caulking around all the joints, the top plate, yada, yada, yada. Fun stuff, fun stuff. There we go.